All right, guys, we are live on YouTube right now and on Facebook. Just trying to get through this day, and I need you guys for a little bit of therapy session here. Also, going to put this on my podcast, so officially live now on the podcast. So let's just continue to talk, maybe for a couple of minutes. And Alex, Isaac, thank you guys for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. I'm not doing all that well, to be honest, man. Well, luckily I don't have the virus, but it's going to be really hard to live life. Here we go. It's kind of some smoke coming from the diffuser, but it's going to be hard to live life. And Jeff Weagle's here, Goat's here. I'll just read a lot of your comments because for people on the podcast, this is a therapy session. You can join it on YouTube. But it's I don't know kind of what we're going to do with our time, guys. I really don't. I mean, I want to go out to the bar. I also want to get a nice meal. I don't just want to order pizza. I mean, ordering pizza is fine. And to tell you the truth, like now that classes are canceled, like I take college classes, that's fine. But after a while, there's going to be nothing to do. And you need to get out and you need to like leave your house and live your life. I know it sounds good in theory to just stay at home all the time, but I know in theory it sounds fine, and we got to pick out some shows that we're going to be watching. I mean, like Ozarks, Better Call Saul. I actually have so much time now to I guess watch all those shows. Scottzilla, what books do you suggest? What television shows will you read? So at TSVI to Tesvi. Were you going to the Big East tournament? Because I was trying to watch St. John's today. Were you going to the tournament? Colby, how you doing, buddy? Big Broncos fan. Good evening, man. I'm just here just to chat with you guys about the coronavirus. God forbid anybody that's elderly or you get it. You have to survive it for 14 days. There are people in Tennessee that are working on solutions right now. Like there are two guys in Tennessee that might find a solution because here in America, I think we do have our technology is very, very good, even though the kits and everything are so delayed. And there's a lot that I can nitpick with the kits and our preparation here. I like Better Call Saul. That's a great idea. But the point is that March Madness canceled. Tournament absolutely canceled. There's no basketball now for the first time ever. There's not going to be March Madness. There's no NBA basketball. It's still pretty cold out. It'd be nicer. Whatever warm weather you guys get, go out and golf with your friends. I love the sport of golf. Go out to any public course, because I think tennis and golf, you got to do outdoor sports, outside, vitamin D, and you got to do it with friends because we got to find ways to entertain ourselves. This is the worst part. This is ground zero when everything is getting discovered, because in a couple of weeks, the cases are going to go down because schools are closing and everything is closing. I hope the golf clubs can somehow stay open. You can't even go to movie theaters anymore. It's just getting to the point where it's such shitty news on top of shit news that I'm just losing my damn mind over here. I'm losing my mind. Top streams, you got school. I am very surprised. You got to keep your distance, man. Today I had a teacher. I'm obviously not going to say who, but she was coughing in class, and it's like a Rudy Gobert kind of decision to even come to school to almost contaminate the kids. Great question on the draft. Let's talk about that. I actually think the draft, and I was having this discussion today, I think that the draft is actually very equipped to handle this virus, because if you look back in the 1980s, teams can still communicate on the NFL draft. So even though the pro days might not be happening, you watch the pro days, and then the NFL draft, like even the Vegas economy is going to take the biggest hit, and the NFL's got to just give 2021 to Las Vegas again. But in terms of the draft, like most people stay at home with their families anyway. It's all over the phone. You'll still have people telling us about the picks. The draft is actually going to be the greatest sporting event that we're going to have. I'm not sure if the Masters is going to occur. It could. Without any fans there at Augusta, that's going to be interesting. But the draft is actually really, really good. Or I'm saying it's better than all this other BS. Shaq Lawson, I mean, he's kind of been a first couple years up and down, very vocal leader, played better. I think last year you Bills fans would know a lot more about Shaq Lawson on the open market, and the cap is going up 20% next year. So why not try to get a franchise tag if you're these guys, actually? Even Dak, like, you play one more year, the cap's going up 20% next year. Shaq is a fine player. I don't know how old Jerry Hughes is, but what do you guys think about losing Shaq? I think if you pay Shaq 12 or 13, that's like the appropriate amount to pay Shaq Lawson. I can even go ahead and try to look at his statistics. Drew Lock country, Colby. Drew Lock country in Missouri. Oh my gosh, if Shaq's coming at Jerry and Trent, then Shaq just might be such a malcontent. And it's interesting, Top Stream, some of the biggest news going on, and it's great to do a live show because then you're exposed to Bills fans and Bills thoughts. One of the best parts of the offseason is the Josh Norman deal. And you guys kind of know my thoughts on the Giants and Odell at the time. And I just think that Josh was savvy. He got Odell out of his game. Josh is a very interesting signing because, and you're only getting him for like a year. He coached under Sean McDermott, coached Josh Norman. So now you're going to have Trey White. I do like Levi and Kevin Johnson, actually. I like those players. But having Norman there, it is kind of a win now move for Buffalo. And that's why I expect AJ Green, even Amari Cooper, because Norman's kind of a little bit of a controversial personality. So they feel that the locker room right now is stable enough where if you get Josh Norman, very outspoken guy, sometimes I think he's always been a good teammate, but obviously the reputation of Josh is that he's wild and, just will say anything. But I actually have always liked Josh Norman, so I'm curious to see what you guys think. I'm actually totally fine on Josh Norman. I don't know about Shaq Lawson on the Giants. I want Jadeveon Clowney on the Giants, especially with the cap rising. Jadeveon Clowney on the Giants would be so much fun. He already hates the Philadelphia Eagles. Jadeveon Clowney on the Giants would be spectacular. Bradley Moore, welcome into the show from Alabama. You guys are doing pretty well down there, knock on wood. So yes, Alabama, Bradley Moore. Arku talking last night about Rudy Gobert. Rudy apologized. I do feel really bad for Rudy. I mean, all of the jokes, like he's the great defensive player in the NBA because he shut down the whole league. You guys all heard that last night. Him with the microphones. I don't think that he meant to do that. I don't think he's a malicious guy, but the media and everybody's going to hate on him for it. I guess Donovan Mitchell had to give permission for the doctors to like release this coronavirus out into the public eye because it's kind of embarrassing. And maybe your immediate teammate should know. Ooh, Melvin Gordon. That is That's an interesting one. I mean, you have Frank Gore. I mean, Frank's getting older. I'd love to have Frank around another year. You could build it into a ground and pound running game. The good news about Melvin is that you're not gonna. I mean, his PR or his reputation is at its lowest because he kind of held the Chargers hostage. Then Justin Jackson, no, excuse me, Austin Eckler had a better season than Melvin last year. So Gordon right now, he's going to be low on the market because he was kind of coming out the Chargers. He's a good teammate, always been a good guy. You might be able to buy low on Gordon, like $8 million. I actually kind of like that. I really do like that. Like getting another weapon outside the backfield that could catch, make plays. And then you can have Gordon, and then you can have you can then have a great running game with Gordon and Singletary. You could even have Gordon, Josh, and Singletary in one backfield. Because this year could be the year to go all in. If Tom Brady doesn't go back to the Patriots, you're dealing with a rebuilding Jet situation, a new quarterback in New England. Your defense is good. Josh is under a rookie contract. Eventually, you got to cash in because when you're going to have to pay Josh Allen, the roster isn't going to be as good. That's just the fact of the matter with the quarterback position in this league. All the signs are pointing to that the Bills can make a leap because the Bills made the wild card, and sometimes the wild card teams can get hot and can get even deeper in the playoffs. Or you can look at Tennessee. I think Tennessee is more likely to go back down, especially if they have Ryan Tannehill. They had a very good running game, kind of like Leonard Fournette in Jacksonville. Their coach, Mike Vrabel, is decent. I don't think it's as tightly knit as McDermott and Brandon Beane. So in the Philly area, I mean, it's getting a little bit bad, kind of in the suburbs out here. So it's not the best. New York is 1,000% worse. XFL canceled. Yeah, I saw that. So I wonder what league can really continue to play. I mean, I don't know about wrestling. I don't know. Boxing, probably not. Bowling. Bowling would be lit. I mean, but they'd have to quarantine the bowling balls. But I totally would watch bowling on Fox Sports 1, and I've done that before. So I'll watch bowling. If there's some kind of minor league basketball system, I think baseball is very close to opening again because there's gloves involved. If you test all of these baseball pitchers, you could essentially have it. It's all outdoors. It's going to be hot as heck in Arizona and Florida, and that is really good for the sport of baseball. But March Madness being canceled, I'm a huge college basketball fan, and those are my favorite days of the sporting calendar. The fact that it's canceled is heartbreaking. And for Obi Toppin or for San Diego State, it is absolutely devastating that this is canceled. And Bosco, I echo that sentiment. That sentiment of everybody staying safe. I still think at times that if you need to get a meal, you need to get a meal. If you need to go to Acme, Walmart, or Publix, whatever food market, you have to eventually do stuff in your life. You have to use hand sanitizer, bring it in the car, take a shower, drink water like every 15 minutes, take a sip of water. So you get the virus kind of out of your system. I'm not supposed to touch my face. I just did that. But take precaution, guys. Pray, and we should be fine. You guys, again, like I'm not. That's kind of the advice. I think it'll be okay, especially a lot of young people here on YouTube. It's more like older people, but just for us right now, I mean, no school. It just seems everything's in lockdown mode. I'm just kind of panicked. This is the lowest of the low right now, guys, to be honest. And the time will heal. And by next week, we can hopefully get this thing under control in our country. It's been, I mean, with the Kobe death, it's the exact same thing. I mean, it takes weeks, and some won't ever get over it, and I'm going to have trouble thinking about it. combined with this is absolutely brutal. And Top Screen, you're so true. I mean, last night the NBA, so it all kind of happened all at once. And also my train of emotions, I'm going to tell you guys that in 1 second here. I'm getting a water. My train of emotions on this process, at first, like, I was kind of immature about it at first, guys, and maybe y'all were similar. So what really happened is like yesterday afternoon when college basketball said there's no fans, I initially got really pissed because I like Creighton, Creighton from Omaha, Nebraska. Doug McDermott's dad coaches. Doug was there. I've always liked Creighton, and they're having an amazing year. So I've always been into college basketball. And I wanted to go to the tournament if possible, maybe go to one side of this tournament or at least have fans there. So I was like, you gotta be shitting me with this decision. NCAA, are you serious? Are you serious? Why are you doing this? Why? And I was absolutely so pissed at the NCAA. Then when Rudy Gobert had it and the NBA canceled, I took a huge step back last night, and I'm like, this thing is going to be absolutely catastrophic. It's going to be awful. And then without the fans, now with this tournament, now it's just like F it. Now it's just like cancel everything. And, it was surprising, like a couple of weeks ago, some of you might live in Florida. My friend was going to go to that ultra techno music concert. That got canceled. South by Southwest also got canceled. And I was thinking, what the heck? I was thinking it was premature and strange to do these things. But now with the NBA, with Gobert, that just really put the mood somber. Anger turned to somber. I think people will still watch it. Absolutely. There's nothing to do. But the magic of March was lost anyway. I wish that they could play it in 3 weeks. I think that we have the worst news is that they're going to cancel it. You know what actually is going on at TESV is that for sports and sports content, it's going to be really tough. But free agency next week is going to be absolutely massive. We're now going to be worried about everything. That's actually going to pique my interest. I can't wait for NFL free agency. That's going to save the sports cycle. But if you have to do a sports show every day, what are you talking about other than the repetitiveness of this dang virus? And this is my first time talking on here. Isaac, can I drop a link maybe to the podcast? Or maybe, you want to get on the show? You want to talk? I might just be doing a show here alone on the show, but I appreciate that. Maybe I'll give Isaac a shot. Maybe. All right. I might do it. You want me to do it? Let's have some fun. We're going to try to have Isaac on the show. I'll leave a link, guys, and I'll try to get you guys on the show. Again, just try to say stuff that isn't too crazy. And we could try it. Mizrahi. All right. Why not try it? Bosco Gamer, you're up there in Wisconsin. It's cold up there. You guys got strong immune systems, though, in the Midwest. Nah, it's actually even better you're a kid. I would even be scared of more older guys. So, do you mean to leave the link for the show? I don't know if people want to get in or not. Let me try to do that right now. Why the heck not? I'll try to leave a link. All right. So let's see, guys, to leave the link. Let's try to do this on the podcast. I'm actually going to turn off my podcast. Guys, I appreciate everybody listening. Let me wrap up the pod before I leave a link so that this could be a video feed. Everybody just stay safe out there. I'm really pissed that there's no NCAA tournament. I'm pissed that Creighton and Dayton and all these teams don't get to play. It's an awful, awful situation for sports. It's a year we'll always look back on. It's a shame for those seniors. I wish those seniors can get another shot to play. I think it's the worst for college guys because at least NBA guys, at least guys that are in the NBA, that are in the NFL, at least they get opportunities to continue to play until they can't anymore. And basketball, NBA, and NFL, or NFL is going to go on. Baseball will eventually go on. It's really college basketball, spring sports season for college athletes where they're seniors. This is their last ride. Those are the ones that really, really affect everything. Oh, Connor, that's a great point, man. I figure one of my friends from Baltimore, man. It's good to hear from you. Cassius Winston is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic example. Colby, I am excited about free agency. So, yep, that's going to wrap it up for just the pod. Everybody stay here, and I'm going to keep it going on the video feed. Thank you guys for listening. All right, guys, got the pod going and out of the way. Make this full screen, and now we can start rocking and rolling. So, Broncos and free agency. We can even take a deep dive. We got nothing but time here. I got nothing but time for what's it called? I got nothing but dang time for like another maybe 40 minutes here. I got my own diffuser going on. I don't know if I suggest this to everybody, but it's legal. The diffuser is completely legal. You can order it off of Amazon. So I don't think that I'm incriminating myself on this live feed. Which might not be good, right? But the Broncos, Colby, that's the first question. I love the roster. I don't know how much cap space y'all have. So let's go right now to Spock Track, the best for cap space. And while I'm doing that, I'll also see what this link can do. Here we go. Got it. I'm incriminating myself, guys. I'm going to prison for CBD assumption. There's the StreamYard, guys. Chris Senor, everybody. What's up? My man Colby here talking about cap space, NFL cap space. Here we go. Denver Broncos. He probably knows this answer already. Guess what? Denver, out of 32, the Denver Broncos are number 14 in cap space. They have $53 million to spend on cap space. When I look at Denver, I want to look at cornerbacks. You know who one of my favorite corners is? Jalen Mills. He's a physical corner. He played on Philly. He won a Super Bowl. You could probably get him at the league minimum. You could get him cheap. That's a good guy to get in the secondary. A good corner. So when you look at cornerbacks here, we're going to do that first, especially for Denver. We're going to look at the corners. Okay. Cornerbacks in 2020. Here we go. We have Josh Norman. He signed for 1 year, $6 million. Logan Ryan is 29. He played in Tennessee. I'd expect Logan Ryan to make 2-year deal about $7 million. Prince Amukamara, 31 years old, from the Chicago Bears, about a 2-year deal. I'm going to say worth about 14. I'm going to say if Josh is making $6 million, Amukamara has actually been pretty good. And I think it's going to be around 6 or 7 for Amukamara. Those are the cornerbacks. Oh, Alex is in the crib. Hey, Alex, how you doing, man?
How are you doing, bro? Rover, what's up?
Yo, Alex, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. Oh, man. Just crazy. Life's crazy, you know?
You're trying to hang in there, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we all are.
Are you in California, Alex?
I'm Jersey.
Ah, you're Jersey, but you're a big Giants fan, aren't you?
Die hard.
So Alex, are you in college basketball mode? I mean, what is going on with this virus? Is everything all right with you?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some cases in New Jersey. I hope it doesn't. I don't think it's gonna get that bad. My school could shut down. Schools could shut down in the United States as a whole. I could see that happening.
Yeah, from like a 2-week period, I do as well.
Yeah, it could happen.
Are you going? Are you going to school? I go to college right now.
Yeah, I'm a junior in high school.
Oh, word. And then my a sibling of mine, SATs got canceled actually for the Saturday.
Wow.
So I don't know how you're figured out on all of that, but I think like for 2 weeks we just get this out of our system. But are you a big college basketball guy?
Yes, I love the March Madness time, and I was just like you said, devastated when I was excited to watch the March Madness. I was freaking devastated. I wanted to see it. It's a bump. It's a disappointment. It's a disappointment, but I can't argue that they had to cancel it. They had to cancel it. It was the best thing to do. That's why all these sporting leagues had to do it. Because you don't want it to get worse. You don't want it to spread.
Yeah. So up there in Jersey, you probably do the bracket every year with your friends. It's probably amazing. You probably have also figured out like ways to watch the tournament like in class, because that's what I kind of used to do in high school. So yeah. Are you like are you Seton Hall? Because are you Seton Hall then kind of? Because that's a North Jersey team.
Oh, Seton Hall. Well, actually, I don't have a favorite team NCAA. Like,
okay,
I'll watch like the playoffs, but I don't like. I don't have any like rooting interests in the regular season. I mean, I'm not like a fan of actual college basketball. Like, I find the playoffs very enjoyable and entertaining.
Right, the March Madness.
Yeah.
So we have Alex Sports here on our show, live on our show. Thank you, Alex, for calling in. I wanted to ask you though about the Giants, man. I mean, who do you want in free agency?
Oh yeah. I've heard some rumors about Clowney. I think he's just too costly, in my opinion. He's asking for a lot of money. I don't know if we can afford him. I mean, there's other players we can get for less. Maybe like.
Do you want Jones? I mean, the thing about Clowney, though, is that our pass rush is going to be filthy with Clowney, because then Dexter and Galvin will get one-on-ones. I'm a little worried about his health, but he's 28. You get him till he's 32 years old. And the thing is, Daniel's so young that I want to take advantage of this time period. And I think the cap is going up next year. So I'm down with Jadeveon Clowney because I think he's a game changer. That would be somebody.
Believe me, I would be like very happy. I'd be ecstatic if we got him.
Yeah, you know what would scare me? I think 22 a year would really scare. I mean, you're absolutely right though to be worried, right? Because Vernon didn't even turn out that well. He had one good year.
Yeah, and he was injury prone. He was believe me, I love Vernon. I liked him. He was a baller. He went all out. He was an aggressive pass rusher. He could play, but he got injured. That's his problem. But it is what it is though.
Yeah, I am going to be excited about this free agency. I mean, if we get Byron Jones, looking at these cornerbacks in the free agent market, I think Byron Jones is one of the better ones. Trey Waynes is 28. He's not bad. Even Mackenzie Alexander from the Vikings. Yeah. Those are guys that I actually really like to come in and compete. So I do want to grab a corner because I don't want the 4th pick or the 2nd round to be a corner. I'm tired of drafting corners.
Yeah. mean, I would not want to draft Okuda in the draft if he even if he was available. I mean, I would not be upset if we drafted him, but it's not my guy. I would want to get I would go probably off the line or Simmons on the defensive side.
Yeah, or
Or we get,
trading back.
yeah, trading back and I can see us trading with the Chargers. To be honest with you, if you could see that, could you see us trading with Chargers? Maybe they trade up for Herbert or.
I would like that. I absolutely could see that happening. I think Herbert's going to be very coveted.
Yeah, maybe the Giants take a look at Tristan Wirfs. I know the Giants been really scouting Tristan Wirfs. He had a pretty good combine.
Yes. Oh, Tristan Wirfs from Iowa, the guard.
Yeah, the guard.
Absolutely. No, he would be really exciting.
Yeah.
So Alex, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna get some more callers, but it's great to hear you. I really love also talking to you on Twitter. So
Yeah,
thanks for coming on, man. It's been a lot of fun.
You're great, man. And I love your work, and I want to tell you, I love your post game reactions to videos. Like, you're hilarious. You're such a great guy. You know it. You're freaking awesome. You're one of my favorite YouTubes on the platform. So you're freaking awesome, dude.
Alex, that's too kind, man. You're making me feel great. I got to have you on, and you said that. I don't even have to pay you to say that. That's crazy, man.
Don't need to.
I love you, man. That's really great. I love you. I'll try to keep it up, man.
Thank you.
You're part of the reason why I do the show.
Thank you so much. I'm working hard on my channel as well. So.
Oh yeah. Hey, man, I'd love to come check it out. I gotta check out the videos, man. All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yep. Send it to me, Alex Sports. Thank you. So Alex is a guy that I'm gonna check out his channel, and everybody should go over there. Alex Sports. We got a guy, Philip Lindsay, as his avatar. Who am I speaking with? And how are you tonight?
It's Isaac.
Isaac. Yep. You've been trying to get on the show, man. Thank you for coming on, Rover.
Yeah.
What's on your mind tonight? How are you?
About the NFL and NBA and MLB. Because
yeah. So you're talking about the NBA?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
What are you? So are you a Nuggets guy? I mean, what are you going to? How are you going to cope with this? Are you going to play 2K? I mean, how are you going to try to get through this, man?
I don't know. I'm just going to try to I play 2K.
Yeah, absolutely. I love 2K. I love 2K as well, but this virus is just I think the NBA though will be back up and running in May. So I think we'll be okay. We just got to figure out shit to do right now.
Yeah.
All right, man. You want to comment on Denver at all? You want to share some thoughts on the Broncos here?
Yeah. Who do you think we'll get in free agency?
So you guys did get AJ Boye. So at the cornerback position. Linebacker wise, I kind of like the linebackers. I mean, you watch a lot more Broncos than me. I mean, Josie Jewell last year, I don't know if he came into play that much, but and then Marshall is gone. So how are you guys at the linebacker position?
We're pretty good. I would like us to get a wide receiver.
You know who but the cool thing is, I think in the draft, you guys are solid. At 15, you take Judy, CD, or Henry Ruggs. I think actually, how about Melvin Gordon? Because Philip Lindsay, I know he's your avatar, but I want a punch. I want a 2-back punch from Denver. I think a running back is a great idea.
Oh yeah, I think it is too.
I think, yeah.
Who's your NFL team again?
I do like the Giants.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about the Giants?
I like where we're going right now. I really like Joe Judge as the head coach. I think that Joe Judge is doing I think Joe Judge is really going to get our program headed in a great direction. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but we have some money to spend. Hopefully we land a couple people in free agency, but I'm really ecstatic about the new coach and everything going on.
Do you think you guys could make the playoffs?
I said that last year. I was obviously dead wrong. I think that McCarthy is still pretty good. You look at Dougie P and the Eagles. I would even take a wild card with year one of Joe. I think it'll be close. I think 8-8 to 10-6 is where we're going next year. So I would say it's not likely, but I really think we're going to come back pretty soon. I do.
The coronavirus is going to affect the NFL draft.
I think that the NFL draft, yes, it is going to affect the NFL draft. It's not going to affect the season, though. But unless you might be like out by Denver. If you were going to go to Vegas, that would obviously, it sucks for Vegas because the fans are not going to be able to probably go. It's in April, end of April. Maybe the virus can get handled by then. But I'm thinking that the draft actually isn't going to be that big of a hurt because you just call on phones. It was in Radio City for the longest of times. It's going to be the one sporting thing that's actually going to be very efficient without fans. It's actually going to be fine. But yeah, Vegas it's going to suck for Vegas if that happens.
Yeah. Do you play Madden or no?
I got to get Madden. I'm sorry, I don't.
You don't have it?
Because we would definitely play some Madden, man.
Do you have an Xbox or PS4?
I would want an Xbox. So you know what, man? I really appreciate the call. Going to get to some more callers, but what is your name again?
Isaac.
Isaac, man. It was a blast talking. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, I love your channel.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you for the phone call. I really, really appreciate it. Isaac, another great dude. Enjoyed talking some sports and football. We have AJ, little Yankee King now. Look at this. We got the man himself is in on the webcam. So Justin, AJ, you'll be next. Justin, how are you, my friend?
Good. Wait, can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah, you're Gucci.
I'm good. Okay. I get nervous with these headphones.
Oh yeah, and I give you credit for coming on the webcam. You know, you didn't have to, but this is awesome.
Yeah. Now, I know everybody in chat is going to hate this, but I really don't care. The Giants are in no way, shape, or form able to even contend with the roster we have right now. I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, we just need a couple pieces here on defense, here on offense. Have you seen the offensive line? Because I haven't for like 10 years. I think I was like 7 the last time we had a good offensive line.
Yeah, what, an 11 or something?
And I'm 21 right now. Like, I would be going into the offseason. I'd be like, all right. I would call every NFL GM and say, all right, everybody's available for trade except for the guys that I drafted in 19. Everybody else, call me. You want to trade? I would shop everybody. Well, except for the guys I drafted in 2019.
On this roster?
Yep, on this roster. Outside of the guys I drafted in 2019.
So you're not drafting at 4, you're trying to trade back.
Oh, I'm trying to trade back. Not once, but twice. I want to trade back twice.
I'm all right with that. You were right about the roster sucking. But one thing I'll say is that maybe these guys under Joe Judge can perform better, like Baker or Sam Beal or some of these guys, you know? Like maybe I'm not giving up on the young guys.
No. The guys that we should be building around are Corey Ballantyne, DeAndre Baker, and Julian Love in the secondary, Ocean Ximenez and Ryan Conley on the linebacker core, and Dexter Lawrence on the interior lineman on the defensive line. I was like, interior line. I was like, wait, we have a 3-4 defensive line.
So Jalapio, you would say, is gone on the offensive line?
Yeah, Jalapio's gone.
So it's Hernandez and Kevin Zeitler.
I'm trading Zeitler.
You would consider trading him?
Yep. I'm considering trading him, putting Nick Gates at his natural guard position.
Our defense can actually be, but say you get Clowney in the free agency. I mean, you're going to have to pay Daniel.
I'm not
Jones,
touching Clowney,
but you're eventually going to have to pay Daniel Jones a lot of money.
Yeah, you eventually have to pay him when he's not absolutely dying every 5 seconds because our offensive line is absolute garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Because I seen a little highlight that I seen from an account called Talking Giants. I'm like, holy crap, our offensive line sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the highlight. I was like, oh, it's a Giants highlight. Sick. I'll watch it. I watched that offensive line. Like, Daniel Jones was like, hut. Oh, fuck. Run. I was like, oh, God. Thank God we do not have Eli Manning behind there. Or he would have died 40. He would have died week 3.
Yeah.
Good thing Daniel Jones mobile.
I think he's decently mobile. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's decently mobile. I would even trade Barkley if the team's giving me a first-round pick or 2 seconds.
For the offensive line.
Yep. And then I'm trading with the Chargers, and then I'm calling the Raiders and getting those 2 first rounds and a future 2021 third for the 6th.
I think that we don't have to trade Saquon. We got to keep Saquon Barkley, though. You need a running game. I really do.
You're going to pay him so much money.
I like Hernandez and Zeitler. I do. And then at the center position, I think you could find somebody late in the draft.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a center in the draft.
Yeah. Find a center. Maybe you draft a tackle then. Yeah, you draft the tackle. You can even spend money on Jack. You could spend money on Conklin then. So
I'm not going to spend money on Conklin. I'm just going to move Nate Solder to right tackle and then cut him after a year. Because if we cut him now, as what? The Entertainer's in here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's here.
He is
he's here.
Yeah,
he's here.
I seen his video, and it'd be like $13 million to cut him this year, but $6 million next year. So I'm like, all right, I'll just draft an offensive tackle this year. Nate, you'll go to right, and then we're dipping you next year.
Could happen, but I still think we're about 8 or 9 wins this year.
That is not going to happen.
I mean, especially if you get Byron Jones or Clowney in free agency, the defense will be fine.
We don't need corners. We drafted like 47 of them. 47 of them in the past, like,
I mean, if you have Clowney, Dexter Lawrence, Dalvin Tomlinson, X-Man, that's a good defensive line.
I'm spending on the offensive line.
That's a good defensive line. Then in the draft, you could even get Isaiah Simmons. You add that to Connolly. That's a front 6.
I'm not drafting Simmons. I'm not.
That's a front 6.
I need to draft an offensive lineman. There is nothing that you can convince me to not take an offensive lineman in this draft. And people are like, "Oh, you can't take an offensive lineman because of Eric Flowers." I'm like, Eric Flowers was a guard. We made him be a left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
We are a bit incompetent.
No, I gotcha. Especially with Eric Flowers.
Did you see what Eric Flowers did last year at the right guard position? Oh, wait. Yeah, right guard.
Yeah, he was better.
Yeah, he was better. I was like, why did we not move? I said to move this guy to guard.
Because he was a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I was like, this dude cannot move at the left tackle position. Move him to right guard. I was like, crap, we could add depth. And that's my main thing with blowing this team up, getting depth. Because we got, right now, Shepard, Tate, and Slayton, and who else behind him?
Shepard, Tate. I think
Shepard, Tate, and Slayton.
Yes, I think Corey will come back. Coleman, maybe.
Coleman's a free agent. So is Latimer. Both Codys are gone.
So Corey and
Coleman.
We're missing somebody. Well, Caden Smith and Evan Ingram are on this team.
Yeah, I would let Caden Smith be my tight end in the future, and I would ship out Ingram.
Yeah, you could get maybe a second because he's athletic, Evan Ingram.
No,
But
with his injury history, you're not gonna get higher than probably a third.
a third. Evan's
Yeah.
you know who
Even though
Evan is?
I
No, but
love
Evan's
Evan
tight with our
Ingram.
roster. And didn't we sign Evan? Is that true, Justin? Did we
No, we
sign
didn't sign. No, we didn't sign him to an
And-
extension.
and he is going to be a free agent next year?
No, he's got his 4th year and then his 5th year option. So you might be able to swindle the Patriots out of like a 3rd round pick.
I want to keep Evan. He's a weapon because you need versatility. That's what Jason Garrett wants.
Yeah, I know. I know Jason Garrett and Joe Judge, which I see the irony in getting Jason Garrett. It's like every Giants fan. Oh, we're making fun of the Cowboys. Oh, he claps all the time. Next minute. Oh, awkward.
Well, this guy is an offensive. He's an offensive coordinator. I mean,
He's an offensive coordinator that kind of had his head rattled as a head coach.
I mean, he's a decent offensive coordinator. I mean, we're running the ball. I mean, you look at but the running game there with Dak Prescott his first year, he had Zeke Elliott. We have Saquon Barkley, a young quarterback. I don't think we're gonna have the best offensive football, but he's a qualified for the position.
Yeah. I like Jason Garrett with the stuff he did with Tony Romo. Dak was a 4th, 5th round pick?
Yeah.
And he made him into, well, not a superstar, but a star.
Yeah. And the thing is about Garrett is that if you got an OC that's awesome, he's gonna leave you like the LSU guy might be awesome.
Yeah. And
There's no
Jason
good
Garrett
OCs anymore.
And Jason Garrett might be like mentoring Joe Judge to be a good head coach, but without the clapping.
Right. Justin, I actually got to get going. I got some more guys on the line, but I love the conversation again, man.
Later.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's try to add AJ. I know AJ was here. I apologize, AJ. If you're listening right now. I'll try to keep you up here. I had AJ, he was on, but obviously I couldn't get to him in a lot of time. I'll keep up his avatar here. Doug Lass is in the chat. Doug's one of my better friends on YouTube. He's been a follower of Rover for the longest time. This is an interactive show. Chris, talk about my summer league experience. And I actually think like AJ, if you're here.
Yeah, I can hear just fine.
You're here. Okay. Yeah, you're on the webcam, but you want to just do it this way? This is better?
Well, whatever you decide. I honestly don't care.
No, this is absolutely fine. So I'm sorry about that. Well, we're just taking a lot of calls, man, but how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing great. What do you want to talk about?
Well, for starters, it's weird seeing how the coronavirus canceled all 3 of these sports coming up. I mean, the NHL and NBA playoffs are going to start, and we have March Madness. So it's weird seeing all 3 of those get wiped out because of the coronavirus.
It's absolutely.
I guess all we got to do now is focus on the NFL draft and free agency.
It's devastating, man. I love college basketball. I love this tournament, man. I mean, I'm a big Creighton fan. I like Northern Iowa, Dayton, and San Diego State. Those teams are going to have their first ever run at a title. Like Obi Toppin's a senior. These kids are seniors, and they can't fulfill their dreams on the big stage. These NBA guys, I'm not too worried about the NBA, honestly, or professionals. They have so many years to get stuff done. It is really sad, though, the time we're going to be spending with our life. But AJ, like, who are your teams in college basketball?
Well, as I said before, I'm a Maryland guy. I like University of Maryland, as well as my mother went to Virginia Tech, so she's a big Hokies fan. So I root for Maryland. I root for Virginia Tech.
Buzz was so awesome.
Yeah,
I loved Buzz Williams. And have you been to Lane Stadium like for football?
Oh, definitely. Lane Stadium is one of my absolute favorites.
Oh my God. That's a bucket list thing. Like when they play Enter Sandman on Thursday.
Yeah, Lane Stadium just feels like an NFL stadium. Like I'm pretty sure not even some NFL teams have stadiums that are good as Lane Stadium. It's one of my absolute favorites.
Oh yeah, and when you get up there, and I don't know how old you are, but maybe when you're when you're of age, you can drink and hang out, and I mean, it just must be. I like college football games almost as much as NFL, like going to college.
Yeah, same here. College and NFL are same level. Yeah.
All AJ,
Yeah,
this is
and
gonna be. Sorry, go ahead.
It's going to be weird to not see March Madness or the NHL or the NBA playoffs because all three of those are going to start either late March or early April, and all three are gone.
Well,
But now we
actually,
gotta
though,
focus
but
on
the NBA could just shorten the. I think the NBA should shorten the season. You maybe can have, like, say that you're the Pelicans and you're the 9 seed. Why don't you have the Pelicans play the Grizzlies in an elimination game for the playoffs? And come on, we're 50 games in. I see no reason why we can't still have NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I say just start the NBA playoffs, maybe start the NHL playoffs. I don't know how March Madness is going to work out. See if March Madness may turn March Madness into May Madness, if that's the case. Yeah. I wonder how.
And then these kids going to the NBA, they said it's going to be really hard because, like, kids are going to be looking for jobs, and I don't know. I heard that they can't. I want to see if they canceled it or postponed, but I'm really scared. It said it was canceled, but I don't want to cancel it because I want to see how this thing reacts in the next couple of days.
Yeah, same here. Also, what do you think they're going to do about the NFL draft? Do you think they're just going to keep going with it, or instead keep all of the draft players at home and instead have Goodell or the coaches announce it that way?
Yeah, the draft is going to happen in April. And these players are not going to attend the draft. The fans won't be there, but it's a made for TV event anyway, unless you're in Vegas. And I think that you're just going to have Goodell. You might have a select few coaches, like you talked about. Everybody could be on Skype, because they even have the technology to go overseas, and there's some Marines that announce the picks. And I think it's going to be actually fine, the draft. I do.
Yeah, besides that, I'm crossing my fingers hoping that most of the coronavirus stuff will hopefully it won't be as bad as it is right now.
Oh, and this is just AJ. I mean, yeah, where you're living, where I'm living right now, they're even saying that some gyms are you can't even play basketball at a gym, and just all our everything we love to do is almost taken away. And you know what I mean? And that's the toughest thing. I'm just having a lot of trouble because it's all breaking news. And it's all just shitty news every day.
Yeah. Usually one of my traditions is usually going out to Camden Yards for the Orioles opener, for Orioles home opener, and sadly I don't think I'll be able to do that this year because of this.
Oh, I know. That's a beautiful venue. It's a beautiful venue to watch baseball, man. Hey, AJ, I want to thank you so much for the call. Thank you for being patient as well.
No problem.
All right, no problem. Man. Take care, man. Call in again. Take care, buddy. Let's talk to here, Brandon Rogers. B. Raj, how's it going, man?
What's up, Rover? What are your thoughts on all this canceling sports and, pushing back your NBA, MLB, canceling March Madness? What's your opinion on it?
I was pissed yesterday, man. I called out the NCAA, called them soft, but today, I've become more sad and understanding of everything that's going on. I've become sad and understanding that you want to get this thing out of our system. I'm excited. I mean, the summer's coming. The heat's going to take this all away. but it's just so much bad news all at once. It was just driving me nuts that I had to like do a show today, you know?
Yeah, and then when Donovan Mitchell gets it this morning, like, you know, that was crazy because then Rudy Gobert got the other night, and then it's just been spreading so much. And, you know, I understand why they're like either holding it back or canceling, you know, just so it doesn't spread. But
Yeah.
what do you think they're going to do?
I'm telling me. Go ahead.
Yeah, what do you think they're going to do with the NBA? Do you think they'll start out the playoffs like right when they get back, or do you think they'll finish out the schedule?
Yeah, I'm more pissed about college basketball. Gobert,
Okay.
dude, is going to be such a villain. I mean, he's going to get booed everywhere now. I kind of feel bad for him. That video, I don't even understand like how he was touching all the mics, like how like that happened. You know, I kind of feel bad for the guy. I think that NBA basketball, and again, we're not medical experts here, but I would say right now it's mid-March.
Yeah.
I would say by May, like this, I don't even care about these last 20 games of the season. So I think in May, there's a good chance that we're going to have some NBA playoffs.
Okay. And then do you think, well, obviously, I don't think the NFL is going to be, they haven't really been planning on canceling anything or nothing. So do you think the MLB season will be shorter, or?
They already said the MLB season is going to get short, but I think this is the first time that we're trying to take measures into account. I mean, I know my sister's school's like closed, like your school might be closed. I don't know, but this is the first time we're really like locking in and trying to get this figured out. I think Major League Baseball. Well, again, there's so many games in baseball.
Yeah.
It says you're a Dodger guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And this season with Mookie, you just must be dying to watch this team, man.
Yeah, but, you know, those Yankees, too, though, they got the injury bug. So, hey, I guess that 2 weeks kind of helps them out a bit.
Yeah.
And it really does with the NBA teams, too, because you look at the 76ers, one of the biggest disappointments coming into the season, and now they get, like, 30 days of rest for Embiid and Simmons. So, I mean, It does help out the NBA teams in a way.
It really, yeah. With Ben Simmons, it does. With Ben Simmons, it does help out. Like if this thing's going to be pushed back, man. And Sixers fans, they kind of need anything to get behind. And here in Philadelphia, I mean, I don't know if you heard Jimmy Butler. Like that was an interesting show the other day. He just tore in the Brett Brown and. I'm more just sick for the college basketball, for the seniors in college basketball.
Yeah, Winston and Trey Jones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what you're up there in Minnesota? Yeah, that's the king. Well, you have the
Big Ten tournament gets canceled.
Trey Jones lived in Minnesota, or the Jones family, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we had Tyus on T-Wolves, and then he went over to Memphis, and they went to Apple Valley.
Yeah, he was in high school. I think Okafor's. Well, he's Chicago.
Yeah, Okafor, Chicago.
But dang, so you're a Big Ten. Are you Wisconsin?
No, Minnesota.
Okay, you guys are on the bubble this year?
Yeah, we were in the second round of the Big Ten tournament. We had like we were above 500, but not by a lot.
So what, on the bubble or off the bubble?
I'd say on. But
we need PJ Fleck to fight this virus.
I love PJ Fleck.
He needs to go out into the streets, start rowing the boat like up and down the streets.
Yeah.
And I want PJ to give like an address and get and say, man, we need PJ. I love Minnesota football too, man. I'm excited about Tanner Morgan. And I want to see where Tyler goes in this draft, man. I mean, Tyler's been a great guy. Some are smearing like he has character concerns, bunch of BS.
Yeah, come back to PJ Fleck, he kind of reminds me of Sean McVay a bit because, like, the style he likes to do things. I know PJ Fleck's a more motivator, and so is Sean McVay, but I just like PJ Fleck and, like, compared to Sean McVay, like, what they bring to the table and stuff. Like, they're great football minds also, so I mean, but yeah.
I just love how Fleck is such a Yeah,
he turned the
motivational.
program around so quickly.
Yeah, but he just doesn't put limitations on what you can accomplish, like at Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know, and what's his name? Chris is just so boring. Ferenz is boring. So I just love having Fleck there.
Yeah.
But Brandon, man, it's been fun. I'm gonna wrap up the show, but it was
Okay.
a heck of a time, man. Or the show
Yeah,
was
appreciate
show
you
was
having me
good.
on.
Be safe out there, man.
Yeah,
You know?
you too.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
Yeah, all right, Brandon. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Hour-long show, wrapping up at 59 minutes. It was fun. You guys are the best. Stay safe out there. Why don't we just talk a minute about that? Yeah, everybody just stay safe out there. What are we gonna do? I mean, we're gonna start binging Ozarks. I watched the first season. I'll finish that show, so I'll be more in touch, I guess, with the culture of television. Also gonna watch maybe Better Call Saul, because I did watch Breaking Bad, and then I hope bars are still open just to hang out. I mean, if we can't have sports. So, alrighty, guys, it was fun. Thank you guys for cheering me up a little bit on Melancholy Thursday. I can't believe it's only Thursday. Alrighty, guys. Thanks, y'all. I'm out. We'll see you.